2.0. Welcome on Bolo VNR Clips. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I scheduled this live before knowing about this press conference. And I was asking myself, where is Holness? With so much happening in our waters, we have the threat of a possible pending war. The United States, Venezuela, and all of these things. And then we have the threat of Melissa. My mother touched me and remind me of a Melissa that was unalived. And such people name end up on them will allegedly. Wonder if it's the spirit of Melissa coming to exact revenge on Jamaica for blood spilt. Well, I don't think it's Melissa alone if that's the case, because the amount of blood that has been spilled under this government tenure, it is ridiculous, whether by accident, whether by the police, whether by all the Obia working on the witchcraft and the necromancy, the corruption. It is my belief, ladies and gentlemen, that this storm is one that will be a warning shot for Jamaica in terms of, judgment. That is my belief. I'm entitled to my belief. You don't have to believe what I believe. Until it happens, and then I'll be here saying, I told you so. But then again, hey, we'll wait and see. Yes? Anyway, let's hear what Holness has to say after being missing in action for quite some time.
Most Honorable Andrew Holness.
Let's hear what he has to say, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Someone sent me a message, which I thought was interesting. And the message read, Prime Minister, we haven't seen you. And said,
You saw me I talk about? You saw me I talk about? Even his friends or associates are labor rights. You see? You see, why is it that somebody have to... No, Holness look sick, people. Is it just me? Holness don't look well enough. Holness don't look well. Eh? No, my opinion is not nothing to do with being a doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a doctor. I don't have any professional, so I could be wrong. But to me, it doesn't look well. There's nothing wrong with saying that. It doesn't look well. And I was questioning whether or not he was sick and why we haven't seen him. You understand? Even Desmond Mackenzie, me I pray to. Him me I pray. What if a doctor ain't gonna see a foreign? Anyway, make we hear him say no. Somebody link him and say, we not see you. So you see the title of my video is not off. I am not the only one a pre Home Minister, the Prime Minister. With everything that is going on. We haven't seen him. I'm not the only one. Not the only one.
well, let me say it in this way. There is a government that is made up of ministers, heads of entities, permanent secretaries, various public officers and administrators, and they all must do their jobs. And my job at times is to ensure that they are all well coordinated and that they're all doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yes, so sometimes you are leading from the front and sometimes you are quarterbacking, as the Americans would say. But there is never an absence of leadership. And I'm certain that you would have seen on display the ministers taking responsibility for their various portfolios as it relates to preparedness for the approaching weather
Mass
events.
control, what are you with?
This is a good segue because during this administration, you would have seen the country at risk at several weather events and other kinds of threats, including a pandemic. And we have generally handled them all very well. I believe that our administration has managed crises very well and has
You hear that? This is all about defending the party. That's why he's here. Because the PMP put them under pressure with the questions that them ask them about the money and the allocation of the money to contractors. You understand? And the lack of cleaning of the drains. So now his first statement is to defend the party that they have handled the situation well. Where? Which part? Call election in a pandemic and people lose all their life and them something there. When you were warned against it. Huh? But because it served your purpose of maintaining power, which it serves your purpose of maintaining power now. If you come out, come say, we have managed everything well. And of course, you have seen them take responsibility. Take responsibility for being inefficient. Take responsibility for being reckless. Take responsibility for being ill-prepared for a tropical storm. And that them take responsibility for. Yo, man, listen, I could go on, but let's continue. I'm trying to tell you.
that we not only withstand threats and the crises, but we recover and recover quickly and stronger than before. The weather events are becoming more frequent, but the frequency is also parallel with greater intensity. So we're seeing more weather events which are more intense in nature. But we're also seeing these kinds of events overlapping. So you're seeing more weather events that are of increasing intensity, but before one is finished, another one is coming. So they are overlapping. So the administration has to have a standing policy and strategy to deal with crises that are more frequent.
It has to have a policy. We don't have one yet. We've been preaching about climate change for several years now. So you guys have not formulated a policy to manage these climate changes? All the information you have, it never guided you guys into creating one. How about a policy where the drains are cleaned every 4 months? 3 times a year. Just before the hurricane season, just after, and somewhere in between. How about that? How about that? And that can be, you know, you can freestyle that because the season, you know, is changing because of the so-called climate change, right? So since I have all that, why would I never do something like that? Why is money not allocated to clean these drains? We have seen some of these drains. I see Matthew Samuda and Dana Morris Dixon keep reiterating that the people of Jamaica should not listen to anybody but Bolo. Huh? No, I understand that in a mass control, but I put it at every 3 months. Every 3 months, all the drains in Jamaica should be cleaned. Every 3 months, all the trees that are close to the light wires that can be blown down and take down light wires and disrupt electricity, they should be clipped. They should be trimmed. The sidewalks should be cleaned too every 4 months. You know what that's going to do? Because water take up everything in that part that can move, you know. So all the debris, all the grass, all the sticks, the lumber, the garbage. So we the Jamaican people also have a role to play as well in proper garbage disposal. And the people them that deal with the rubbish collection, they have a big role to play as well. Our garbage is settled and it sits there and it doesn't move. All of these things cause these problems with flooding. So greater attention should be paid. So are you telling us that there's no policy yet? But you should have a policy. I want you guys to listen to what he's saying, you know.
Another one is coming, so they are overlapping. So the administration has to have a standing policy and strategy to deal with crises that are more frequent, more intense, and overlapping. And that is why we have taken a very systematic approach to dealing with these issues. There is existing a legislative framework which guides how we respond to crises that we term disasters, and that is the Disaster Risk Management Act, and that is the framework within which we will operate. Certainly, there are constitutional provisions under emergency powers, but it is at this time not our intention to utilize those powers. We would have heard from ODPEM in our briefing session before this, and ODPEM will give us an assessment shortly as to whether or not the government should declare a disaster or a threat of a disaster. I think you know what will happen, that given the update from the Met Office that Jamaica is at risk, there is a threat of the weather event affecting us in a significant way. The latest report suggests that the eye of the hurricane would be the weather system, still it's not yet a hurricane, the system is about 220 miles southeast of Kingston, Jamaica. It is still moving very slowly, and that has posed a difficulty for us in planning because you don't want to put your preemptive measures too early. People get frustrated and say it's not going to come, and then they go back to normal activity and then it comes. So we've been trying to calculate when to put in the preemptive measures.
Only hear that? God a man a plan and God a wipe. The storm is so unpredictable that they are in limbo, ladies and gentlemen. They have to be waiting. Look how God, hey, they say all power to the most high power, me I tell boy. They have to surrender to the power of God. I tell you.
You would have seen that we gave an early preemptive measure yesterday by suspending schools, and today I believe it is at 2 p.m. that the public sector will be asked to go home. I suspect the private sector will follow suit. So we're really trying to gauge, and there is a reason why we have to be very careful in engaging. Beryl, when it hit Jamaica, cost us about $57 billion of our 2023 GDP. And it probably cost us about 0.5% in terms of a reduction in our GDP growth. So it will have an impact. We don't want to exacerbate the impact by taking actions that will reduce commerce, reduce business too early. So it's a real guessing game, and it requires us meeting, analyzing, getting all the data so that we make the right decisions. So I know that there might be some frustration in the public, but bear with us because we can't make any mistakes with the measures that we put in place. Under the Disaster Risk Management Act, when the orders are proclaimed, which we expect that we will do a declaration possibly the end of today or sometime early tomorrow, the Act will give certain powers that the administration and the various entities that are vested with these powers will use for the protection of life and property. And we ask the public to cooperate. And you can be assured that before any of these measures are taken, there will be consultation with the stakeholders, and there will be adequate public notice so that everyone will know. We do ask for your cooperation. We will take one other measure, which is under the Trade Act, to prevent any price gouging that might take place. The Minister of Health guided you properly to say stick with healthy foods that won't perish as a result of lack of refrigeration, and he did mention sardines and water crackers. But I saw a picture recently of shelves in our supermarket and all the bread is gone. So people are taking precautions, stocking up on food. But it leads to a very important point, that as these products become scarce, there may be persons tempted to raise their prices. And we will not have that during a disaster, and therefore the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce will shortly sign an order to this effect to prevent price gouging.
How do they prevent price gouging? How do they do that? Honestly. Is there a police force or some type of, I don't know, entity that is out there monitoring all of these shops and everywhere? Like, I don't understand. How do they prevent that? That's impossible. It better them say they are doing everything they can to mitigate any attempt to raise prices. And if they find people that are guilty of this, evidence of it, they are going to charge them such and such and such. It's better to say that, but how do you actually prevent that? It's like saying you're going to prevent crime. Impossible. Impossible. There's no, the only entity that can prevent crime is God Almighty Himself. God alone has the sovereignty to prevent crime. You understand? God alone have that sovereign power over all mankind. Yes. True.
Now, you would have heard extensive reports from Minister Vaz, the JPS, and from Minister Samuda and the NWC, and from the utility companies, that they are projecting that as a result of the experience of Beryl, that they will be in a better position. Evidence of that is that I am told that 31 linemen are already in Jamaica, and others are being flown in as we speak. So the intention is to be ahead of the recovery effort, should we be impacted in any significant way from this. I am told as well that the necessary precautions have been taken to ensure that telecommunications remain functional. Minister Samuda has advised that we will be able to have an uptime of about 80% within 72 hours of the hurricane for most customers, and that they have taken measures to control turbidity by closing off some of the intakes into their major water storage. This they are able to do because already those storage areas are full, so they can control and manage that. So we are expecting that if the event is a very scale event, then we should be able to keep these services throughout as long as possible throughout the weather event, if it does impact Jamaica. I'll make here another statement which is of import. During Hurricane Beryl, the loss of telecommunications was not so much because of the impact of the hurricane itself, but there was significant theft of fuel and equipment relating to telecommunications. We have indicated that we intend to amend the law to have stiffer penalties and to criminalize some of these acts because they do impact the entire economy and should be treated with more severely. In lieu of the amendments to the law, the security forces have been alerted that special attention ought to be paid to these critical infrastructure, which are necessary for the continuity of government and for the continuity of business, and indeed for public safety. So, Commissioner of Police, you have been tasked specifically to ensure that there is no break in our telecommunications and to ensure that these criminals who would want to take advantage of the disaster to exploit our telecommunications infrastructure that they are dealt with.
Just relax, man. Why are you with myself? I'm a speed it up too.
JPS has informed that they have already taken steps to clear vegetation from their lines. And that is indeed good news. They had already started work in restoring their lines and strengthening the infrastructure. So I'm expecting that we would not have a fallout as we did during Hurricane Beryl. I'm told that Petrojam has made the necessary provisions and has taken the necessary steps to ensure that we would have over 2 weeks of refined products, fuels and other products that we would need during and after the disaster. Right. Now, during Hurricane Beryl, the greatest impact would have been on residential roofs. And in flooding in areas that are flood prone, houses would have been destroyed by flooding. It's very difficult to gauge whether or not this weather event will parallel Beryl in terms of its impact. This weather system seems to be very unusual in that it is essentially sitting there southeast of Jamaica, creeping at 2 miles per hour. And I would have been doing some strange things, but it is what we have heard is that the wind force has increased from, I believe, 45 miles per hour.
Right ideas. The two of them look sick. The two of them look sick and tired. Are tired and sick. Him and the commissioner of police.
60 miles per hour, so it is strengthening.
Two
Whatever
of them.
happens, the projection is that it will come closer
Yes.
to Jamaica. And we would be affected, one way or the other, by either rain and wind, or just rain. So whatever happens, we can safely say, there will be an impact. Something will happen. The likely impact would be the rain event. And that would mean flooding, landslides. It would also mean that there could be some marooning of communities. Some communities could be cut off.
Vian Miller, how you
It
doing?
would definitely mean a scoring of our
God,
already
Vian Miller said
aged
me to go and come
and
back.
struggling
God have mercy.
road infrastructure, and possibly some impact on our bridges. It means, therefore, that households
May I
should
speed
take
you up, man?
precautions in ensuring
And in chat loud.
that whatever work they can do to their roofing to prevent leaks, they should do so. When we flew over the affected area, is instruction. It is not tool, it is protective. It's humanitarian and recovery. But for that to work effectively, the beneficiaries, the people who would require support and assistance, must have identification.
So this a man there push identification here. For the people them get help, they must have identification. And needs alone the man a blouse and skirt pushing up. What a piece of job. Hey, me say that brother here evil, you know, man. It man evilly afraid. So the people they can't get the help if they not have the ID. No, hold on, they come. I don't want to turn the light on him. Hold on, let me get the context.
Comprehensive humanitarian and recovery strategy after the event. But for that to work effectively, the beneficiaries, the people who would require support and assistance, must have identification. There is a view that because it is a disaster, all the rules are suspended. I hasten to advise everyone, in particular the permanent secretaries, the heads of departments and the accounting officers and the ministers, there is no suspension of accountability rules.
Really?
Even in a disaster.
Really? Says the person that is suing the Integrity Commission and ask the judge to remove the part of the act that deal with illicit enrichment, because you get your hands, your whole hand and body, upper body and foot in the cookie jar. Eh? I really him just said that a while ago. Wanna see why me have to listen? Wanna see why me have to listen to this man, people? These are the things.
As everyone, in particular the permanent secretaries, the heads of departments and the accounting officers and the ministers, there is no suspension of accountability rules.
So how comes you didn't want the judge to suspend the accountability rules when it comes to your statutory declaration? What a thing. What a thing. Says the man that carried the IC to court. Says the man that asked the judge to not release the affidavit with all of the evidence and the truth on it. Eh? What a thing. Mighty God.
Disaster. And every dollar that is spent has to be accounted for. The same people who are screaming that we need it now, are the same people who will turn around and say, where did you spend that money? So there is no break in accountability. And we ask the cooperation of our citizens in providing proper identification so we can track where the benefits go. who receive.
That is the key. They want to track you. They want to track you, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they want. Where the benefits go and who receive them. There are Jamaicans. What does it matter? There are people that need help in a storm. And you're talking about... Look at how stupid this is. A man can lose him ID in a storm. So if him lose him ID in the storm, there's no way I'm going to get these help. Because him not have ID. Just how ridiculous is this? Wow. People, I hope you guys are paying attention, you know. I really hope you guys are paying attention. You understand? Look past on the hatred for him. Because we have to expose these nonsense, you know. Right? We have to expose these nonsense. This is crazy.
The benefits and for what reason. This is also important when it comes to not just accounting to ourselves, which we must, but it is highly likely that we will get international donor funding and philanthropic support. And they too require that the resources that are given philanthropically is accounted for. So there would be an accounting process. So in practical terms, because this is going to be a weather event that is likely to be a heavy rain event, you should protect your important documents. Put them in a Ziploc bag, tie them up in a plastic bag, keep them somewhere safe, because we're going to need to be able to identify you in order to facilitate a verification.
Brother, all when they keep them safe, them can't lose them same way. What is this guy talking about? Rotted.
Recovery process. If you live on gully banks, if you live in river courses, if you live in areas that were flooded during burial, expect that this will happen again, that there will be flooding. Take the necessary measures. I have not yet said evacuate, but if we declare a disaster, evacuation orders will be in effect, and that will be, as I said, within another few hours we should be able to declare that. But I'm putting everyone on notice. If you look on the map there, you will see that we have already scoped out the areas that are at risk. We will publish those, and we will call up the names of the communities to say, be prepared, be alert. In terms of transportation for evacuation, the Ministry of Transport is already prepared. The JUTC buses are already alerted to the need for roads will be open to allow as well. And you can't third press conference on the matter, third or fourth, because there could
and that's
be
why people in the comment section when I say one road at Crawford, because she did it.
Persons with nefarious intent, or just mischievous intent, or just for fun, would provide information that is misleading. And I would encourage all Jamaicans to pay attention to the official information sources. The Met Office, the Office of the Prime Minister, ODPEM, my pages, JIS, and of course the Ministry of Education and Information. So all our official
that's
pages.
Sweet Road,
and you can rest assured that all the pages are centrally coordinated. And just to say a word on the central coordination, ODPEM is the entity that is charged with the central coordination of America's disaster preparation and response. And they play some role a significant role actually in recovery. But certainly at this phase of the disaster and during the humanitarian and relief effort and in the recovery effort. In terms of roadways and other infrastructure, Minister Morgan would have said that we have already allocated $400 million. Again, we have to be cautious. When do we make the allocation? When do we commit the public expenditure? I think we have a good measure right now. We have done a good balance in giving all constituencies a minimum threshold of about $3 million, and that is to be used for drain cleaning or other civil works that is necessary.
I'm glad he mentioned that, because you see, again, the pressure of the People's National Party come down pandemic. The pressure of the People's National Party advocacy for demanding something be done because of the clear threat. You understand? You hear them say them give them $3 million. $3 million can't do nothing for clean a drain, you know. I just want you guys to know that. That is a Do you know how much drains is in one constituency? Especially the large ones. Let's just use Sandy Gully if you want. How far does Sandy Gully stretch? Into how many constituencies? You think a $3 million can clean out Sandy Gully? Sandy Gully is one of the biggest problems and the biggest and longest gutter in Jamaica. It is a serious problem. You understand? So, $3 million, I mean, you know, my mother always tell me, you know, don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow. And that means, you know, don't procrastinate. You feel what I say? This government is a procrastinating government. They know how to react and then good pan PR so that aiding and then reaction. But when it comes to preparation, they always fall short. Yet you're telling me that we get buried last year and it did not dawn on them. Mommy, it's something they write this on that sponge by your machine. It did not dawn on them. Zine, it did not dawn on them to say, you know, listen, here's the thing. You know, I think we need a program to clean the drains them properly. Yeah, man, we need a fund. Let's create a fund to clean the drains them properly because with climate change and everything, you know, we need those funds allocated on a regular basis to ensure that these drains are clean. So in that regard, in like right now, it wouldn't take much money to clean the drains them because they were being cleaned on a regular basis. You feel what I say? Yes, woman. You understand? You know? And I think that is good planning and good governance, and I just think it's common sense. Why they have not done it, I don't know. I don't understand these people. I don't get it. Then wait till the appointed time, then wait till the house broke down. Thank you very much. Bright ideas. Then wait till the house break down before them start patch up. And by that point it has reached a level now where we are in danger. All them can do right now are hope, you know. All them can do right now is hope that God upon Jamaica side. And this storm here don't come here and come sit down par way. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, prepare for the absolute worst. Especially if you live in a low-lying areas where get flooding when look rainfall over there. If you are get flooding when look rainfall, you don't want to be in those areas when if this hurricane hit Jamaica or this storm hit Jamaica, you don't want to be in those areas. I'm telling you. You don't. Very dangerous.
Prevent flooding and landslides if possible. As the storm comes closer and we are able to project the areas that are going to be specifically impacted, then we will consider making other allocations. Now I want here to say that the government does not have an unlimited source of revenues to respond to this event. But in the last 10 years, Jamaica can say that it has achieved a certain level of fiscal resilience, meaning we are able to respond to disasters, particularly without necessarily borrowing. And that is because we have, one, put contingencies in the budget. Two, we have a disaster fund that is funded. And we have parametric insurance that is in effect. And we have catastrophe bonds that are in effect. And we have certain borrowing arrangements conditional on a disaster. And so we have lined up quite systematically the financing for dealing with and responding effectively to a natural disaster. And that is a feature of this administration. It didn't really exist in this significant way before now. And we intend that this will continue, which is why I started at the point that it is important that we manage the disaster such that it is not of a greater impact on our economy because of any lack of management of the disaster. And that is what your administration is doing. Yes, it will have an impact, but we're going to use management to minimize the impact so that we can continue to grow. It will have an impact on our growth, but if it's not managed well, the impact will be even greater. And so the response the citizens of the country should know.
Andrew, what growth? What growth? The economy is not growing. What growth are you talking about? You might make excuse now like how they use burial as one crutch, you know. Last year, you know, for 6 months straight, you know. They might talk about burial and burial and burial and the economy and burial and recovery and burial. Now Melissa, they might go say no. Listen to what I'm saying. Hey, you think them easy? Mark my words.
It's not just about how we get food to people who don't have it during the disaster, and how do we get water to people who don't have it right after the disaster, and how do we make sure that the various shelters are properly stood up and people are taken care of in the shelter. A large part of the disaster response is to how do we ensure that the farmers get back into the field quickly? How do we ensure that the hotels are back up and running quickly? How do we ensure that the electricity grid stands up so that production comes back quickly? And that's where we are, and that's what I've been working on, coordinating everything, making sure that after the disaster, we're back up and running very quickly. That is resilience. So, in closing, I want to, one last thing. The JDF and the JCF are critical to maintaining security during the disaster. But they will also play an important role in the humanitarian and recovery efforts of the government. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is in charge of the humanitarian and relief response, but they will always have a human resource constraint in terms of the number of social workers that they would need. I take this opportunity to ask persons who would be willing to volunteer. They have that social services skill, particularly our churches and other groups, to coordinate with the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. We welcome your support if you are able to do so. But the JDF and the JCF, I've asked them to partner with the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to enhance and augment the human resources that we have to ensure that the relief effort and humanitarian effort works very well. But importantly, as we learned from Beryl, we need to have the capabilities to do rapid damage assessment. And I've asked the JDF to work closely with ODPEM to develop this capability, particularly using drone technology to help with the assessment of damage so that we can have a better base on which to make the financial projections so we can better allocate resources for recovery. So, my fellow Jamaicans, you can see from all that we have presented that, first of all, your government has acknowledged where it has weaknesses. We have evaluated our programs, and we are trying as best as we can to have those gaps closed. I believe from the preparation phase, we are ready. So I think all the preparations are in place. I know that there may be some members of parliament saying, we need more, we need more. I can hear it. And I can also hear the councillor saying, we need more, we need more. Yes, we will be looking at what more can be done, but as I said, we have to gauge where the storm is, what the impact will be, so that the allocations can be more targeted to the areas of need and not generally spent. So as soon as we have a better grip on where the allocations need to be focused, then we will make more announcements, and we will inform the members of parliament and the councillors about what else can be done. So I urge Jamaicans to take this weather threat seriously. You have nothing to lose, even if it doesn't come. Right? So if it doesn't come and you're prepared, fine, you have lost nothing. The greater loss is that if you didn't prepare and it came. And by now, we should have internalized and made it a culture that once it is declared that there is a weather threat, take precautions. Never take it lightly. I encourage all Jamaicans of faith to pray. To pray. We saw Hurricane Matthew, which was almost on a similar trajectory. And that just made a U-turn between Jamaica and Haiti. Who knows? Even though this is now southeast of Jamaica, it may very well pass Jamaica and go elsewhere. So still, have faith and keep praying. And secondly, be smart. During Beryl, I received the terrible news of a youngster, I believe, playing football and running after a ball, fell into a gully and was washed away.
Terrible.
I urge all Jamaicans to protect yourself. There's no need to be playing football, no need to be climbing any trees. You have been given enough notice that this weather event is coming and that it could be disastrous. So take all measures to protect yourself. Thirdly, pay attention to the bulletins and the updates. We have given enough information there. We have enough platforms. Pay attention to those. Do not take information from sources that are not authoritative or official during this time. And finally, every citizen has a duty to protect your life, obviously, but your property. You can't just wait on the government to come and do it. Every citizen has that duty. So as far as you can, you should protect your property. I have been seeing many messages coming to me regarding persons living on gully banks, persons on river courses, pointing out a wall that is deteriorating or some other civil works that is at risk. At this time, even if we were able to find equipment to do it, it's just not going to be possible to address all the infrastructure weaknesses that could potentially pose a challenge during a hurricane. So you need to take the precaution to protect your property and yourself. That precaution may mean you have to move. It may mean taking a sandbag, or it might be just taking a push broom and clean the drain that runs across your yard so that it's not flooded. I know it's a difficult thing to say, particularly.
Wow! So now, are the people them, if you go clean the drain them in a moment, when the people them don't pay tax dollars already, to ensure that these things happen, is the people now supposed to go and clean the drain? Hey!
With the context of this historical lack of maintenance of the infrastructure. But I'm being very practical and speaking to you as my family that this is what we need to do to survive. Yes, we're not satisfied with the quality of drainage, we're not satisfied with the quality of roads, but these are national crises essentially, and we're not going to be able to repair all the drains in the next 4 or 5 years. And even so, it takes time to do it. So rest assured, we do plan and we are in the process of improving the infrastructure. But while that is going on, these disaster events are occurring, and therefore we need to be smart and responsible about how we respond to them. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for the update. Keep safe and keep praying.
Thank you.
Wow. So them basically admit say they're not prepared. If you pray, pray Jamaica, pray.
Hey, you know that the MP, being an MP, is one of the hardest work. Trust me, especially when you're an opposition MP. But you have some man who love position, I love work. You hear that? I love.
Mr. Ian Hills, no funding. Putting in the work.
And rain has started to pound some parts of the island, even as residents continue to prepare for the onslaught of what is expected to be Hurricane Melissa come this weekend. Krista Campbell has a rural roundup. Working in the rain. Last-minute efforts to clean drains along the Negril Beach Road, which is one of the commonly flooded areas of Westmoreland. Hoteliers are said to be leading the charge to have the work done to boost protection for their own properties.
I didn't get $1 from government to clean one drain. I'm here with somebody, the chairman for the Little London Division, Mr. Ewing. He has volunteered his backrow to help the citizens.
Overseeing the work in the Western Westmoreland constituency, Member of Parliament Ian Hales expressed disappointment with the way Parliament has responded to the pending disaster.
I had to leave the Parliament of the land and come down and tell every citizen in Western Westmoreland that I have no money for drain cleaning, I have no money for washing, and I have no money to fix the road, to repair the road. And it is sad, the Jamaican people not into this foolishness anymore. When the flood rain come or the hurricane coming down, go to greenhouse or go to orange house. It goes to every Jamaican house. And I would have liked to see the government place the PNP and the JP in one room and we come up with one solution in terms of dealing with the flood rain and hurricane that is on its way.
In June of this year, the government would have actually doubled the allocation to the various constituencies for drain cleaning because it was predicted that this hurricane season would have been one of the most active in recent history. So there has been significant work that has taken place.
Is He's urging residents of flood-prone areas like McNeil Lands to
move when they tell you to move. It doesn't make any sense for us to lose one life.
and rain has started to pound some.
Wow. Only here, Morgan. So them double the allocation in a June. Was the doubling adequate? What was the double? What is the usual amount? That's what I would like to know. That's what I would like to know.
Western Westmoreland, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, whenever time you get this message. So in preparation for Hurricane Melissa or the storm or the rainfall that are coming, one of the things I do or how I manage is to be proactive and not be reactive. That's number one. Number two is all the designated shelters for Western Westmoreland. I'm going to go through each one now. But before I do so, I want to say to you, some of our citizens who live in McNeil Land and flood-prone areas, I'm going to ask you to, when the government or officials say that you should move, I want you to get out. I don't want you staying there and things happen to you and we lose another Jamaican life, another life. So I want you to move whenever you're told to move. So the sites in Western Westmoreland are Blue Wary Primary, Broughton Primary, Eldon Washington Basic School, Friendship Primary, Grange Hill Comprehensive High School, Grange Hill Primary School, Little Bay All Age, Little London High School, Little London Primary School, Moreland Hill Primary School, Mount Grace Primary and Junior High, Mount Airy Primary and Infant, Paul Island Primary, Revival All Age, Sheffield All Age,
Anthony.
and Townhead Primary School.
Antonio.
These are the shelters designated for the constituency of Western Westmoreland. Look, we are preparing, I'm preparing, and I want you to prepare also. I don't want you to take nothing for granted. We don't know what will face us come over the weekend or into the weekend. So the best thing we can do is to prepare the constituency, prepare our drains, prepare our home, and ensure that we can come out of this thing on the other side with God's grace and God's help. A much better and a much stronger constituency. Once again, I'm going to appeal to you. If it is that you're told to leave your home or to leave the location where you are, I'm going to ask you, please, let's not risk your life or any citizen's life. Let's prepare our young ones, let's prepare our kids, let's prepare our communities. I'm also going to appeal to the churches to ensure that your doors are open in case we have an overflow at our shelters. I know the pastors are playing an effective role. The church in Western Westmoreland always do in times of crisis. I'll come back to you with future updates. Once again, I thank you for listening. God bless you all. Thank you.
Big up Mr. Ian Hills for his constant update on the situation. Really appreciate him for doing that. You understand? Let me move off of this. Go to something else. People, the disaster in Jamaica turn up. Look at this.
So turn over, boy.
I don't know where this is.
Drive all night, but the rest time we still
I don't know where this was.
Urgent to see my work, cut the battery. Like first thing needs to be happen. Turn up the lanes. One come over, one.
Gonna see what I go on. Truck turn over and the people them, you know? People might indulge heavily.
Responding to the councillor's concern, made a
Again, regrettably, there is no money left to deal with any such matters because all of those funds were utilized by the previous Member of Parliament. So in total, the constituency was allocated $8 million for educational matters. As your new Member of Parliament, I have not received $8 towards any educational matters because all of our allocation would have been utilized by the former Member of Parliament.
Settling on in no clarity on topic. Lena questioned to them later on changing that filing and removing that fee. And this now, let us get specific, has to do with CEMEX, who is the parent company for a Carib Cement operated in Jamaica. Now, the Jamaica Labour Party continues to be tight-lipped. CEMEX continues to be tight-lipped. But then we're seeing Carib Cement running out with a statement in the Observer stating that they contribute to both the Jamaica Labour Party and PNP. There were no fees paid. Right? That is not the issue right there. We are talking about this $200,000 US that was removed from a filing declaration. If it were that CEMEX paid a fee to the People's National Party, they would have reported it also on that filing. So nobody come behave like you want to take us for fools and idiots.
Yeah, so the 201,000 as fees, you don't really have nothing to do with donation. Donation and fees are two different things. People, this CEMEX thing, very, very serious, yeah? Pay attention.
We are not slow and we are not idiots or fools. We are talking about CEMEX paying a fee. It was on their filing, which was later on removed. So how Carib Cement reach in this to come and tell we say they contribute to both the PNP and JLP. Carib Cement, we are not talking about you guys in Jamaica contributing legally to.
Happy birthday, Janet. Happy birthday. You know, you come heal me up on the platform. I want everybody to just say happy birthday to Janet in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Janet Murray, it's her birthday today. Happy birthday. All right, blessings, blessings, blessings. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Janet. Happy birthday to you. How young are you now? How young are you now? How old are you now? Cause you know I get old, right? Happy birthday to you. Yay! Big up Janet for her birthday, people. Big up Janet. Star up the comment section and give her some hearts. You know what I mean? Happy birthday to Janet. She's in the building.
The major political parties were talking about this fee right here. If it was that CEMEX paid a fee to the PNP, they would have write it on that. So nobody come go like you want to take off a fool.
Exactly. Exactly. If it was a case where they did send a fee to PNP, the same thing here, PNP would have the right this up, and the fee would have the right this up. Not true? Makes sense? Good. PNP is not on it. The PNP is not on it. It's the JLP that is on it. Okay? Tamara, what's up, Tamara? Tamara, you need to reach out to me, you know. You need to reach out to me here. Hit me up on the WhatsApp, alright? I think you have my number, don't you? You want to reach out to me.
We still have a Dayton Campbell rating his call asking for the Jamaica Labour Party to come clean. What was this $200,000 fee paid to the Jamaica Labour Party for?
This is Dr. Dayton Campbell, General Secretary of the People's National Party.
Hold on, let me just slow this down. I don't want to speed up, Mr. Yes, I could hear what JAMAICA said properly.
Today, I note the statement issued by Caribbean Cement Company Limited, clarifying that it has made lawful contributions to both major political parties and that no fees were paid. I welcome that clarification. However, we must distinguish between Caribbean Cement and its parent company, CEMEX, which is based in Mexico and publicly listed in the United States. It was CEMEX, not Caribbean Cement, that filed a document with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission showing a payment of US $201,538 to the Jamaica Labour Party, which it categorized as fees. That filing was later replaced and the payment was removed. This issue is not about donations. Donations are lawful. The concern is that fees are payments for services rendered. What service did the Jamaica Labour Party provide? What was this payment in exchange for? The JLP must come clean with the Jamaican people. Transparency and accountability are not optional. They are essential to good governance.
Martha, big up. So you hear the Gensec. See? No. Yo, me have to laugh sometime, you know. I really have to laugh. Because they really take the people in for a bunch of idiots. And they take the PMP, they think that they are incompetent. Well, listen, 28 strong are gonna be on a nightmare. Remember me tell you that when it comes to holding this government accountable, the 28 strong is gonna put the pressure on and keep the pressure on. You understand? And it's all in good faith and advocating for better. The people of Jamaica deserve better than what we're getting from this government, and that's facts. So now you tell me, CEMEX is the one that sent the money, not the other company where put out statement. And let me see, oh, you know what? Not even let me see. I just remembered. I put all the articles them that I wanted to look at. I have them on my page here. Make sure I share them. See, the eye of Melissa tropical storm continues slowly towards Jamaica. I could hear what that brother has said.
Van Thompson here again, Principal Director of the Meteorological Service. I just thought that maybe some of you are wondering about where Melissa is really going. Well, right now, the tropical storm Melissa is over the Caribbean Sea. It's quite some distance south of Jamaica and Haiti, kind of between the two countries and then all the way down south. It's moving very, very slowly, but we are expecting that it will be picking up a little bit more speed as it moves more or less toward the north. That would take it closer to that passage between Jamaica and Haiti. But then what is expected is that by Saturday morning, we could see the system becoming a hurricane and then turning toward the west. That would take it closer to the east coast of Jamaica, but then remaining over the waters to the south. And then for the next day, it's expected to continue moving toward the west, south of Jamaica, and it could develop even further into a hurricane. So that's really what is expected at this time, not as a hurricane, but as a major hurricane. And this is on Sunday morning. That's what is expected. So it's kind of reminiscent of the Hurricane Beryl of 2024 or Hurricane Ivan in 2004. You'll recall those systems also being major hurricanes moving over the waters to the south of the island. So right now, that's what the scenario looks like. But of course, it's still very early because the situation is moving so slowly and things could develop in a very different direction. So let's continue to monitor the movement, the progress of Tropical Storm Melissa.
People need to hear for themselves, you know. Not my word. Now, one of the issues that we want to talk about is these ships, these warships coming into the coming into our waters. See it state here, Trinidad and Tobago government says United States warships is due to arrive in the country this weekend for 5-day visit, during which joint military training exercises will be conducted with Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. You hear that? You hear that? When you say Melissa move like a lazy girl, Martha. Martha Foundation is easy. Let me tell you something. This storm is moving slow and deadly. You hear what I tell you? Slow and deadly. That's what the storm is doing. So the warships are in the waters, and them claim to say they might do some training exercise down at Trinidad. We need to keep an eye on that. And then 6 more people unalive by strike. You know, another US strike on alleged drug smuggling boat in the Caribbean. So Trump is not stopping. Look at this. This is supposed to be a drain, you know. This is supposed to be a drain. Does that drain look like it has been cleaned anytime? This look like something clean in a June. Look at the drain. Man, listen, boy, we are in trouble. No, the CMX thing is so serious that the PSOJ claims say they might the matter. Can you imagine? The PSOJ is claiming that they're looking into the matter. Very interesting. I find this very interesting indeed, people. Hopefully the article open up, because I don't too like it in sometimes. I don't know me as a question. Well, I don't think she's doing what Gilbert did now. I think she's doing what Melissa does. Melissa is like no other storm that might hit this country. Let me say that. What is this now, Father God? What am I looking at? What is this? How do I X this off of the thing? Mighty God. Wow. Try refresh this thing up, guys. Yeah, man, me know so no one about that. No, just disgusting. Anything for me, because. Sure. Oh, that's it? No text, no nothing. Alright, cool. May I move on? PSOJ look into the matter. Anxiety mounting in Little London as Melissa edge close to Jamaica. People are worried, you know. And I don't blame them. Fearing a repeat of burial flooding, Waterford residents wants Adair Drive gully cleaned and repaired. Now, let me go to Mr. something the page for Instagram. Because I tell you say the MP them are working now. See now. Dr. Dogs. Are this no God?
By the National Works Agency, the NWA, right here at the mouth of the Adair Drive canal that leads underneath the bridge. So the confluence or the junction of the drain that runs parallel to Passage Fort Drive as well as the Adair Drive gully. So we're cleaning the mouth of this area to ensure that there's a free flow of stormwater should the need arise if we get the rains that we expect to get over the weekend. So stay tuned, we're giving you the updates, but NWA has started work and I'll be checking in from time to time to update you as to the progress. So work is happening in preparation for Melissa.
Look at that, man. Yo, that drain they look like you're not cleaning about 7 months to a year, brother. That look like one drain clean regular 200 people. And therein lies the ultimate problem. Now them have to be rushing. Exactly what are disgrace? Why am I tell you, brother? I don't know, yeah, man. I don't know. It's a lot of work that, you know. Almost after LOL still working. Oh God, Mr. That's not easy. Mr. That's not easy. Could it?
So,
Jesus. Wow. Wow.
So here on Patricia Avenue in Edgewater, and you would have seen some of the videos of the flooding. And how far up the water had gone, John?
Right under the window.
Under the window in the house. But the citizens, of course, have started some work on the gully, and we're going to take over the project, and we're going to make sure that everything is clear in preparation for the storm. So residents of Edgewater, especially Patricia Avenue, we are on it, and you should be okay.
Andrew come a press conference today, man. I don't know if you see it, if you're there earlier, but when I played, because me, when I look for you too.
Once that drain is clear, but still make your preparations for the incoming storm. So, some of you may have seen the videos with the flooding on Patricia Avenue in Edgewater, and in fact the citizens had already started to do some work where they were clearing the drains of some rubble from a collapsed wall. I am coming on board now to give some assistance, and I just want to commend the residents for coming together even before we had the opportunity to come in and give some assistance, to take matters into their own hands and start the clearing, looking out for each other, even though this block drain was not affecting them at this side of the community. The other side was getting affected, and they all came together, and this is how we want to facilitate persons within the community working together for the mutual benefit of all, and that's what we're all about right now. So as you can see, we still have some rubble.
Here's an idea. Here's a brilliant idea. Can we get some robots to clean the drains? Isn't that a brilliant idea, ladies and gentlemen? Can we get some robots to clean the drains? Look at that drain. That drain is very narrow. You understand? And those objects are very heavy. The wall collapsed. Why don't they invest in some robot to come clean the drain them instead of come take other people's job? Because I wouldn't be objected to the robots coming to clean the drain them, you know. Because the drain cleaning is a dangerous job. You understand? It is a dangerous job, and it's a job that needs to be consistently done. You can program the robot them to clean the drain them. You understand? At a certain time. You understand? Roll them out to clean the drain them at a certain time. As a matter of fact, the robot them can be monitored and handled by somebody behind a computer to clean the drain them. We can get some robots to cut off the tree limb them where potentially affect light wire and communication wires. You know those dangerous jobs? Yeah, man. Just like how them get robots for underwater welding and them something there. Dangerous jobs again. We know that man does it, but it's extremely high risk for their health. They get an insane amount of money to do that job, but money really can't buy your life. So how about getting robots to do the heavy lifting? where those types of jobs are concerned. How about that? What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think?
In the drain, and we're going to make sure that everything is clear and the chances of flooding is decreased significantly. Story on Patricia.
So big up Mr. Alfred Dawes. Yo, relax. Yo, relax, my general. Relax. Yeah, I got too hard, my friend. Boy, that one has shake up the place.
Lenita Garvey, Shadow Minister on Local Government and Participatory Democracy.
Yes.
I'm issuing an urgent call to the Minister of Local Government, Honorable Desmond McKenzie,
Yes.
to release the September parochial revenue fund allocations immediately. Tropical Storm Melissa demands a comprehensive drain cleaning program for which the minister himself designated these funds. Yet, the councils have received nothing. This haphazard disbursement of funds is preventing critical maintenance work. My consultations with mayors and minority leaders across the country confirm constant lateness in transfers from the Ministry of Local Government to the local authorities. This situation poses a high risk to property and life.
The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
Want to see a PMP them operate? Emergency numbers from ODPP. Alright, see there? Yes. Yes. Carib cement run out. But I'm not Carib cement. We want to hear from CMEX. What a bangarang. What a bangarang, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you screenshot this. Go up on the website and screenshot that. You see the numbers, right? Child Protection and Family Services, Parish Emergency Operation. And I want to say this. I've heard them push this thing about don't listen to other sources. Only listen to them. I would challenge that. Me personally, and nobody else has to agree with me. But I would challenge that. One thing I will say is this. You see your neighbor will live down the road, up the road, that is experiencing the hurricane, can give you live updates that affect you directly and more personally, that can help you to maneuver any type of danger that might occur. As a matter of fact, it's the same people that have those experiences that call in and report those experiences to the relevant authorities, these agencies and so forth, and that's how they gather evidence. So when they're going to say don't listen to we, them is full of SHIT, because the people on the ground is the one who have the information about certain things that is happening on the ground. So why should people not listen? They should wait until it's processed to you, and then you process it and send it to them. Cool. That's fine if you listen to you too. But don't tell them say don't listen to the people. It could mean saving them life. They make it sound like it's all negative and that people just out here trying to, spread misinformation and put people's lives in danger. Me personally, I reject, I detest, and I rubbish that from the government. You understand? Andrew Holness and all of them, Matthew Samuda, Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, all of them, I rubbish it. We the people that live in these areas, we are the ones, ladies and gentlemen, that go and any problems that is happening, if this bridge broke off and the police them not aware of it, especially in the deep rural areas, man, come on, bro. Come on. Especially in the deep rural areas, is the people to people contact. And sometimes the people in contact, you know, you understand? And sometimes you guys cannot handle all of the calls. Sometimes you guys cannot handle all of the emergencies. Sometimes you can't get everything out there fast enough. And with these smartphones, it is an advantage. It's not just a disadvantage. So I reject the government. They have been constantly putting out this narrative about social media, and they need to stop it. Because the government has put out misinformation before. The government has lied to us regularly. About many different key issues in regarding us and what affects us. We saw a suppression of questions being asked in the parliament by the Speaker of the House. Key questions that had to deal with the possible jeopardizing of the safety of the citizens of Jamaica, where the lack of drain cleaning is concerned, and we can clearly see that the drains are not clean. So it was serious questions, it was pertinent questions, and questions that was necessary. But they were blocked off. They were locked off from asking those questions, ladies and gentlemen. Right? By the Speaker of the House. By the JLP. By the government. Now they're telling, Matthew Samuda is now telling people to listen to their sides when they tell them to boil water, and when them don't tell them don't boil it. Who is you? Me can't tell anybody this right now. Whether the water in the pipe is told to us is clean and is the standard boiling the water here. I have a friend for years, that lady, in grandmother. You understand? For years, she has been boiling her water coming out of the pipe. You ever hear them say better safe than sorry? That is it. That is the simple logic about it. It's better to be safe than sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is the same government that when the E. coli report came out, they stopped sending the report to the municipality of the quality of water. Huh? Why is that? Why is that? We need to think about these things, yeah? We need to think about these things. Alabama executes man with nitrogen gas for a 1993 murder over $200 drug debt. Wow. What is this? Tropical storm Melissa approaching coffee farmers in Mount Erie, speeding up harvesting. People look on that road there. Or what is left of it. Look at this. You see this? This is how water is dangerous. You see exactly what the water is doing to the road? This is how mountains are formed. This is how canyons are formed. Valleys. Is water doing it, you know? Water literally changes landscape structure. Water is like a skull, it's like a potter. A potter that, you know, I wouldn't say, no, I don't want to use potter. Potter is the one that uses the clay and the water. But water is like a sculptor. Somebody that does sculptures. The water is literally chiseling away of the stones and creating this pathway for itself. And wherever there's a vulnerability, it exploits it. And the more it goes in the area, is the worse it's going to become. Why do you think the roads are going to continue to be the way they are? If we don't have proper drainage cleaning, ladies and gentlemen, right? It's over. I saw the Prime Minister try to use the same old strategy. You know, this has been a problem for years. You're the one that came in and promised prosperity. You're the one that came in and told us, you guys manage it the best. Then if it's been happening for years, and you have been in power for 10 years, and it's still not fixed, when I go and look at my assessment sheet, that's a failure. If you had a problem 10 years ago, and you came in and told me that you were the man for the job, and we still have the same problem, it means you don't know what you're doing, or you don't care to do anything about it. Both things are bad. And it disqualifies you from being the person that is in charge. Seriously, look at that. Mighty God. I wrote this. So, tell him, boy, tell him. No. Oh, maybe pass of it. Disabled Jamaicans and their family urged to prepare for TC, Melissa. So, Bruce Golding now joined the fray. So Bruce Golding now joined the fray with PJ Patterson about the military actions in the region. Bruce, if I were you, I would lay low on this one, yeah? Remember what USA have for you. Just, we know, say, we're not trying to save face because nobody from the JLP now come out. This is my argument. I think this is them trying to save face. Because the Prime Minister of this country has been very quiet about what's going on in our waters. We have heard nothing from him. You understand? It's almost like he was summoned today. Because it would have looked so bad if Melissa was to hit, and we never heard from the Prime Minister one time. It would have arisen my suspicions of him being sick. I suspect the Prime Minister is sick. I don't know, but I suspect. And I have no proof of nothing. It is just a feeling. And you don't have to feel how I feel. Huh? But yeah, him try to run out the people. Him try to run out. Anyway, him embarrass the people, disabled people. I think I need to read this article. I really do. Something about this article is giving me a bad vibe. Come on, cleaner, stop no man. You see how them block off? You see how the cleaner block it off? The article, you see that? Oh, let me try it on my phone, guys. Let me try it on my phone. Lakeisha Burchell. Lakeisha Burchell, fear area. I want serious area when it comes to water, you know, down at St. James there, you know. Yeah, so the mayor of St. James said them ready.
Dear constituents of St. James Southern, I want to speak directly with you as we prepare for Tropical Storm Melissa. We remember what we faced during Hurricane Beryl in 2024, and we know what happens every time the rain set up in a South St. James. Our roads get blocked, we light turn off, and our crops get destroyed. So even though the storm isn't expected to make landfall, we know that even a light rain can cause serious problems for us in these parts. So over the weekend, I toured the Retrieve, Springfield, and Moko areas to assess the damage that we sustained from the heavy fall last week. Retrieve had the worst of it. There was a major landslide that blocked the road and tore down the power lines. The National Works Agency was called in and they visited and assessed the sites. Councillor Kenroy Gordon, though, has been leading the effort to clear the blockage and Retrieve. I also visited a home near the Cambridge Square that sits dangerously close to a gully. We're in dialogue with the NWC and the family and hope that the cleaning of the old road drain in Cambridge, completed yesterday, will help to protect them. We've also...
No, them need to move. Oh, they need to move. Did you guys see that? Yeah, they need to move.
With the NWC and the family, and also visited a home near the Cambridge Square that sits...
Look at that. Look at that. Is that a pipe going across the gully? Yeah, they need to move. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think people should grasp potentially what this storm could do, you know, because of the rainfall effect, you know. I am gauging my imagination around the little rains that fell the other day and the amount of water we saw. People, I don't think people really appreciate the potential that Melissa can bring. I am begging the people that have these types of problems, please go, please leave, concrete structure or not. Lock up in a house and find somewhere safer to go, please. Listen me, man. Remember what the prophet say, no, man. Remember what the apostle say, no. As long as JLP in a power, trouble. They will have trouble. Alright? And that's how thus saith the Lord. Not my word. But this is terrible right here.
It's dangerously close to a gully. We're in dialogue with the NWC and the family and hope that the cleaning of the old road drain in Cambridge, completed yesterday, will help to protect them. We've also reported breakaways in Tangle River, in Moko, in Stonehenge for urgent attention from the NWA. So we'll update you on that. I was advised that drain cleaning and bushing were funded twice earlier this year before I became your MP. But when I reviewed the work in August, what I found was poor. Drains only partially cleaned and debris left beside them, heaped up beside them on the banks, as you can see. Once the rain came, it all washed.
You see, this is the incompetence I'm talking about. This is the incompetence I'm talking about, you know. Why would you clean the drain and leave the debris beside the drain? Who does that? Who does that? Why is there a truck loading up the debris to take it somewhere to dispose of it? Common sense tell us that the water go wash back the thing in this up, man. Come on, man. We can't know. So this the allocation, the double allocation that they said. What's up, Veronica? The double allocation that they said that they got, that they gave, right? You know, I don't even know what to say. We are witnessing inefficiency and ineffectiveness. This is appalling. So even when the Labour government say, you know, we have allocated this amount of funds and we have put these plans in place, how about a follow-up? How about a assessment report after the so-called job is done? Who supervises the councillors when they say, or the MPs when they say, we have cleaned the drains? I mean, did you fully clean them? Do you have a procedure that you follow in how you clean them? Like making sure that the debris is not on the side of them when you do, so the water can just fall back and wash it back in a gully and block it up back. Like what? Bro, what are we doing? What is this? I don't understand, brother.
Right back in. Most drains were never even touched to begin. So I've requested new funding, but have been told that the next allocation may not come until Christmas. Jesus. Right, so we can't wait that long. Father. In the meantime, we've taken action with some of our councillors. So
hold on there. This was 2 hours ago. So hold on there. Now them come on them program a while ago and say, oh, they have not allocated the money yet. The 400 million. Is it that they haven't allocated the money yet? We're going to find out either way, you know. Why are they waiting to allocate the money? If that's the case. These situations that the councillors are highlighting, it's very, very serious. I don't think there should be no reluctance to allocate the monies, because the drains have to be clean either way. Why wait if that is the case? Oh Lord. Lord.
Heroes Day, you would have seen Councillor Martin Kelly with some community volunteers doing bushing in the Barnett Bush, Springfield, Hampton, Guinea Hill area and around the Springfield Baptist Church corner. In Moko, residents carried out bushing, or what we call bowing of the grass, to open the roadway. And I want to thank every community member who helped. You are our hero. Across the division, Catadupa, we've been clearing some drains at Old Road in Cambridge, as I said. We're doing one again in front of the supermarket in Cambridge, and we will continue with the work in Retrieve to clear that. In Welcome Hall, drains are being cleared in Tulla Castle, Mother's Retreat, Cambridge Square, New Road, Mafuta, Cottage Road, Fern, Plum, Bullman Road, along with bushing in Springfield, Hampton, Guinea Hill, and some more in Barnett Bush. In the Maroon Town area, drains are being cleaned in Summerhill, in Carlton, in Zambia, Maroon Town proper, Flamstead, Old Jackson Road, and the Jackson Road. And the bushing was completed last week. You would have seen along the Bottom Pasture and Tangle River Road. All right, now to address what happened on Tuesday in Parliament. You would have seen that the opposition tried to get answers about the country's readiness for this tropical storm, Melissa. We were shut down by the speaker, our microphones cut, and we were not allowed to ask the critical questions. So we're working with councillors to use their limited resources when they can access it, and with local partners to protect South St. James the best way we can. If you need to evacuate, please go early to the shelter that is closest to you. Don't wait until it's too late, right? I'm going to list for you the shelters in the Catadupa division. You can go to Cambridge High, Cambridge Primary, Catadupa Primary, Orange Hill Primary, Niagara Primary, and Moko Community Center. And in the Cambridge division, You can go to Bickerstead Primary, Roehampton Primary, Roehampton Apostolic Refuge Temple, and Chovy High or Roehampton SDA. If you're in the Welcome Hall division, then it's Garland's Primary, Welcome Hall SDA, Flamstead Gardens SDA, Mount Horeb Age, and Infant, Springfield Baptist Church, of course, not in the division, but it's still close enough. In the Maroontown division, you can go to either Cold Spring SDA, Vaughansfield SDA, Chatsworth All Age, or Malden High School. We're calling all the shelter managers to check on their readiness. Most are prepared to welcome you, and they have complained, though, that they are still awaiting supplies. So please stay alert. Secure your homes, check on the elderly, and avoid flooded roadways. Even without the resources we deserve, your councillors and community members are working with me to help to keep South St. James as safe as possible. When the storm comes, we face it together, because that's what family does. I'm Nikisha Burchell, your MP for South St. James. Stay safe, stay strong, and keep believing. South St. James, we're strong.
Big shout out. Big shout out to Miss Nikisha Burchell. I think she put out a video on the official BMP website. Guess it's on TikTok. Miss Nikisha Burchell, man, she not playing. Tell you that right now. She is not playing around, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this one.
This week in Parliament, things took a turn. We walked out. Yeah. Walking out of Parliament is never the best thing to do, but sometimes it's the only thing left to do. When the Speaker becomes too biased for the...
I think I went over this already. Yeah, I did. I went over this one already. You guys saw this one?
The government.
God have mercy. See if there's any new updates. There's a lot going on, you know. There is a lot going on. But it's like the storm is over, you know, it's overtaking. Melissa overtake everything. There's a lot of disasters happening on the ground. You feel me? A lot of disasters happening on the ground. Outside of the threat of the storm in the sea, you also have the United States in their operations. You know what I mean? I covered Zuleika just already. I don't know why you're not from this, man, Mackenzie. Honest, I really cannot.
A corrupt government cannot live.
That major at all, that as it may, I promised you last night. And even though we are major, but
and now they're putting the sandbags in front of the heavy stones. And you can see they've even rigged up some slides to slide the sandbags down from the upper section, the upper.
Shaded bring back Jamaica right now. What happened to Shaded is bringing back Jamaica. My name is Caitlin. My name is Ivan Cohen. I'm here for Shaded.
It's very hard to find a youth like that, listen. Because he wouldn't be productive, this whole system. Because if I can't robot, JD wouldn't have been a robot. JD and surprise, JD would be so progressive. Or they carry straight through. And being a very progressive. So we have to find JD. Because JD is a source of our rise and everything here. That's why we're searching for that. It's very powerful to find JD. And all of us, you might not see a lot of us like right now, but we're going to see a whole lot of us. Because people, as much as we like people see as Jamaica, we have a very nice heart and we love God. And we love God. And though we love God, we love the people. And JD is the next generation. And we really want to find the next generation. Because he wants a generation of progress. And we can't afford to make that generation this.
This is the gully by Newland Bridge on Gem Road. And this is how it far it's reached in just 2 days. They put the big heavy stones there yesterday, and now they're putting the sandbags in front of the heavy stones. And you can see they've even rigged up some slides to slide the sandbags down from the upper section, the upper level, to the lower level. Very innovative.
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking that life is so funny. Last year in...
I want to see Marky G. A Marky G voice that, you know, fully active. You know, so we should go up on him TikTok page. Should I go up on him TikTok page, man? Oh, you see me there?
That's true, yeah. But look, I never respect
This is the gully by Newland Bridge on Gem Road.
Oh, so the gully get compromised. See wall broke there. So them put these now, and then put stones behind them. Okay, I see. Okay, this is not bad. I don't know if it's gonna hold, but you know, hey.
And this is how it far it's reached in just 2 days. They put the big heavy stones there yesterday, and now they're putting the sandbags in front of the heavy stones. And you can see they've even rigged up some slides to slide the sandbags down from the upper section, the upper level, to the lower level. Very innovative.
A real talk, man. A real talk. What is never put? What is? Government investment platform guarantees income of 160,000 Jamaican per week. Invest 40,000 today. Not going every Jamaican citizen has the right to what? Who the hell did this? People, of course, I come across this, but be careful, yeah? You man should say fake. You know what I'm saying? Alright, big up Marky G. Marky G, they're probably going to work. Let's go back to Zulika Jess.
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking that life is so funny. Last year, in anticipation of Hurricane Beryl, the government made available to every single member of Parliament $5 million to assist in making preparations for the hurricane. This year, in anticipation for what is expected to be a major tropical storm, we've had to be fighting to get allocation to assist constituencies to prepare, or to assist constituents to prepare for Tropical Storm Melissa. And even though we've gotten some allocation, we've gotten $3 million to each constituency. Some constituencies have gotten more than others. Here in Northeast, we've gotten $3 million. It is mandated that that $3 million is strictly for drain cleaning purposes. Anyways, be that as it may, I promised you last night that I would provide you with a further update this morning after making an assessment of the drains in the constituency. And it's so funny, we started off from early this morning from 7 a.m. and almost at all major areas that we stopped, persons on the road, in the presence of the NWA personnel, persons who are driving past or walking past would stop and stay. Why is it that is until now, not going to look on the drain, but I know the hurricane season was going to be upon us until this particular point. And I can't help but to understand and sympathize, because the truth is, all of this rush work that is now being done, really and truly should have been done a long time ago, because we know that.
Thank you, Miss Zulika Jess. Thank you. I don't have a big platform. Well, I will say I don't have a big platform because, you know, it's not showing with the people that is watching the live streams right now. So I don't have a big platform, right? Until I see those numbers, I ain't gonna say I have a big platform. I have a decent platform, a platform that is trying to find its foundation. But I have been screaming this all for the last 3 days from Parliament, bro. Why is the government reactive and not proactive? We need a proactive government. We don't need a reactive government. That's like you having a house and you wait till somebody break in before you put a grill with 2 proper safety locks on it. And when somebody break in and take somebody's life or property, you come in and say, you know, we have experienced this tragedy and now we are going to do this and we are going to do this. Brother, you don't know, say Jamaica, where we live already, is a place where crime is high. So safety, you have to spend money for safety, you can't leave anything to chance. Right? So why are you going to wait until there's a threat before you react? How about setting some booby traps for the potential thief them where come? How about putting up cameras to see them coming from a mile away? Huh? How about putting an alarm system on the house? These are all things to prepare. And even when you do prepare, there still might be an incident. So can you imagine when they don't prepare? How much how much vulnerability you're putting yourself in? I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why other people don't get it. This really doesn't have anything to do with JLP and PNP, you know. What I'm speaking about is for the entire Jamaica. It's about good governance, for crying out loud. The fact of the matter is the JLP that is compromised because they are the government of the day. But if it was the PNP and them not doing it right, I would be doing the same thing. Me personally, I'd be criticizing. Yeah, I would be criticizing. You understand? And even when our government does well, you know what we encourage? We encourage them to do better. We push the envelope of excellence. We don't want to stay average. But what this government has done is border on average and drop below average. And then they react and respond to make it seem as if, you know, the PR game, oh yeah, they criticize this, but, and then the die-hearted people them there and talk about, sure man, what else we want them to do? When you say they want the man them to do this and the man them do it, and you still have a problem. It's like them brain wired differently, bro. And it's frustrating at times. We're not telling no lie. Just to hear them talk.
We're in the hurricane season.
Oh.
So why is it that we never prepare properly? Why is it that we just now rush in to try and clean the drains?
Madness.
But anyways, we are where we are. We only got notification from the government late yesterday evening that $3 million will be allocated to the constituency to deal with drain cleaning. And so, as I indicated last night, I do not get to decide which drains are cleaned. the National Works Agency has to decide on what they consider to be the critical drains in the constituency. So for today, I can report to you that some of the major drains in Santa Cruz will be cleaned. So that big drain, which leads all the way into New River, that is going to be cleaned. The major drain in Balaclava will also be cleaned. The drain in Goshen, the big drain in Goshen off the main road in the vicinity of the post office, that is currently being cleaned. So work has started there. For Silo, I've spoken with NIC. They have indicated that they've done some drain cleaning in the Silo division. I know that that's not inclusive of all of the drains which need to be cleaned, but for now I can't confirm that NWA will be allocated any funds to do any additional drain cleaning in your division. So for now, that is the update that I have for you. We have made progress, thankfully, and I'm happy to advise you that some of the major critical drains are actually going to be cleaned and that work has started in earnest in some parts of the constituency. We hope to complete the work by no later than tomorrow because we don't have a choice. We have to finish it by tomorrow. So I'll keep you updated and I'll keep you posted. But for now, stay safe and we're in this together. Thank you.
That they need. Can you imagine the hurricane going to blow up later tonight or tomorrow over this weekend, and is now the government of Jamaica going shove out bulldozer and truck to clean the gullies and the drains? 24 hours to a hurricane. Eh? But you see Jamaica? Who remember when Christopher Brown this week stood up in the parliament to ask questions? This is the situation, this is what Christopher Brown was trying to prevent. Because had it been the question was able to pass in the House, then these MPs would have gotten the funding from Monday of this week, disperse it to these local contractors, pay them off. So now that's the hurricane I reach weekend, these contractors would have alright and will say, well, at least Mr. Cinema try and make some effort to pay we. So make we put the communities first and clean these gullies and clean these drains. And then now, at a later date, we might get the payment for that. But you want to tell me that Christopher Brown, the MP for Southeast St. Mary, stood up in the House to ask why is it that we don't want them to go approach contractors who are still yet not being paid? That is the question that the member wanted to ask. When is it that these MPs going to get the funding to pay up the debt that was left by those outgoing Jamaican?
Hi Lorraine, how you doing? Bless up, just see a message, yeah? Big up yourself, Lorraine. Big up.
Labour Party MP, Dr. Norman Dunn, you may attack. What make Norman Dunn mash up Southeast St. Mary so I left all of them work on disgrace for Chris Brown, for come clear. Him not go clear none, Chris Brown is not going to come and clear none of these outstanding bills. And I like how he come talk so that Jamaica people know say these JLP MP will left office get vote out. They have left so much debt, but they don't care. You know why they don't care? Because while they were there, they were busy setting up themselves. So now that them lose the seat, it's not like they lose anything because while they were there, they set themselves. But I am happy that Chris Brown come talk so that the people of Jamaica know how these labor rights have left these constituencies. Equally the same thing in South St. James. That's why I say anytime I see Nikisha Burchell, I have to go buy her one of the sorrel beer. How it go? The sorrel beer, them for the woman and the regular red stripe beer for the man. I don't know how it go, but I have to go give Nikisha Burchell one sorrel beer. Because Nikisha come show up Oma Davis, She really show up Oma Davis. And this is what I've been championing all along. Not because in a opposition means someone of you sit down there and lock up on the mouth. Come out, come speak. Yes. And make Jamaican people know how the government is.
Me agree with Jay Bryan. This is the type of advert. I've been saying it. I say me very proud of all of the MP them. The PLP MP them, all of them have been active. You understand? Them now run no joke. Me love it. Me love it. I tell you. Oh, mommy, go on there. Oh.
Treating these MP and undermining them. Some are gonna lock up on the mouth. The member for North Clarendon, Waverly Hines. Me no hear Waverly Hines come say nothing. I mean, no that Indian town supposed to block up by now.
Hold on there. Hold on there. We are going to check on that. We are going to check on that. Waverly, probably not a man of many words, no, but yeah, we need to be active in my boss. Let me check for Waverly Hines. Alright. Alright, Waverly. Alright, let's see what I'm going to say.
Good morning. Member of Parliament, Waverly Hines here. We're at the Indian Town Bridge, and of course, we are looking at the situation. An area known for flooding, prone for flooding, and as you can see behind me, there's a lot of bamboo in the water, in the river. And we're trying to make sure that we clear this to mitigate the flooding scenario in the area. Neighboring communities like Touchwalk and Cave Valley will be affected, and of course, Bolo, which is in North Carolina, will be affected as well, and the members of the Indian Town community. So we're trying to do what we can do right here as a start point for the North Carolina constituency, and with the help of NWA and the chosen contractor and council also, we'll be able to make sure we can remedy as much situations as we can possible, so that we can get these things fixed because of the impending rain that is upon us. We wish all the citizens a safe period. We want everybody to take all the necessary precautionary measures to make sure that you, your families, your neighbors, and your community remain safe and dry, so that we can get through this very testing period safe, and that we can resume to normalcy for our community and our constituency. God bless you, and do your very best to help your neighbor and your brother. Thank you. Good morning, Member of Parliament, Waverly Hines here.
Alright, so this was 3 hours ago, and J. Bryan show finish probably the same time. So him never did hear nothing from Waverly Hines. You see me? See Waverly Hines there? Waverly Hines come out. Thank God for that. Keep up the good work. Alright, let's hear more.
Alright, good morning. The Councillor Dawson here. We are here at the Indian Town Bridge. Just looking at the situation now, there's a lot of bamboo here, so we are trying to see what we can do. The Member of Parliament, Waverly Hines. Look over there, you see a lot of bamboo. The bamboo, once the bamboo is there, when the water comes, the bamboo rises and block the water, so the water spread and flood the community. So we are looking at the best possible way to at least we can remove some of the bamboos to mitigate some of the flooding within the community in a short order. But with the limited time now, don't know what much we can do, and with the rain, pending rain above us, we just have to continue to do what best so that our citizens can be safe. And within the area, the flooding, mitigate the flooding. Once this move, then what will happen is that Cave Valley will be in a better position for less flooding. Indian Town community and Bolo will be in less position for flooding. So we are looking. We want to remove these bamboo as early as possible. Alright, good morning. The Councillor Dawson here. We are here at the Indian Town Bridge.
So only you are going in our Waverly Hines neck of the woods. Let's continue.
Princess Barbs, good morning. Me no hear what's your name? Andrea Perkis come out yet, come say anything. I mean, no.
Andrea Perkis, next on the list. This is what they call constructive criticism. Andrea Perkis. I saw her name spell. What's this? Eastern. They might look like some old video. That's definitely not her. Yeah, I'm not seeing it from Andrea Perkis. I'm going to try Instagram. Lord of mercy. This is Dre, huh? Yeah, this is definitely not it. Facebook. That's all I got left. Andrea Perkis. PMP. Andrea Perkis. Oh, this is definitely her. I don't want this. I want her something. Oh, wait a minute. No, that was October 28th. It takes a village, natural hardworking people with a strong sense of civil pride. National Heroes Day collaboration. Okay. You see some pictures here. Oh, it's a bamboo zone, this too. High vegetation. We need some power tools. Government need to invest in some power tools. Robots, heavy machinery. We can clear them something faster. Trust me. Yeah, but I don't know. And Perkis. I'm not finding her. I'm not finding a page that I can follow. You know, official page. So I don't know. Andrea, get on the ball, mama. Get on the ball.
Me know when the river they come down between St. James and Hanover, I know nothing normal. I have been warning these MPs and first time MPs. Me nah bash nobody, me nah knock nobody. But if you don't think you nah make we win the next election coming, you make a sadness. You must open up on your mouth. Show up on your constituency. What over these 10 years? We want to hear from Waverly Hines because I don't hear. I see Heather Miller for Western Hanover. I talk up the things. I see Dayton. I see Dwayne Vaz and
what you say? Heather Miller. Forgot what a nice lady there, you know. Heather Miller. Is it Heather Miller? I think her last name is Heather Miller Bennett. Yeah, she's married. Yeah, I should have known. Heather Miller Bennett. Can't violate the last name, you know. Lady married. Alright.
God has a way.
Alright. Can't take your music. Let me see what I'm going to do. Okay. These are some challenges. Wow. So let's see what I go on. That Dre I talk about, you know.
We're at Riley. We work it. I think work of bamboo last we spoke about the hell of bamboo. And they responded and they were pending the tropical storm next summer. We are making sure that we take
Well, the first thing I have to be grateful for is the partnership with central government and local government because we didn't have this partnership before. So now we can have two parties coming together to make sure that the people are closer and the people in Western Canada overall, get the job. People have been seeing the river, for a few weeks now and I said, no, I have to get another river for that mission. So finally we have to have people coming together with us so that we can get something done. Well, about the river.
Well, we know that when this area is flooded, it causes quite a traffic jam and it's really difficult for motorists to navigate this area. Work is going on, the community is on board, and we are getting.
So big up Miss Heather Miller Bennett. Like Dre said, she do her thing, you understand? Make sure you follow her on TikTok. What else you mentioned a while ago?
Central Westmoreland and Hines because I don't hear.
Oh yeah, Dr. Dayton Campbell. Well, me leave off look on Dr. Dayton Campbell because them man they are Gensec, them man not too clear. Gensec not too ramp, them man is serious about the Jamaican business, You understand? Them man they are leader, them man they lead by example, so you know it go. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Let me see. Yes, it's not on TikTok. Maybe I should go on Instagram. There is the Genset man right at the top. Right. Miss Lucky one son in a boy. Oh, the coffee man them. I look on the road. I say roads them will begin shortly. This was 21 hours ago. People them need good road now. I'm not telling a lie still enough. Them run joke about Dr. Dayton Campbell. They always hear Warmington run joke about Dr. Dayton Campbell run away from one particular constituency to go to easier constituency. I don't think it's a runaway enough. I think it's extremely strategic. It's a strategic move by the People's National Party leadership. Because to me, his portfolio, it suits the area that he's in as a member, as an MP. You feel what I say? Because they need to pay stronger attention to farming. I told people, yo, we dropped the ball when we did not vote in the People's National Party. And I'm going to continue to remind you guys, when we get the next opportunity to, you need to do the right thing. Brethren, the man have some serious plans when it comes to food security, food production overall, and economic growth. The marijuana industry, listen me man, the coffee industry, hello, making products from these different farming products that we have in excess. Me the man they mentioned tomato paste and all type of other different things that they can make. Come on man, hey, let me tell you something. I watched a video, I think it was China or Japan. There's a part of a fruit or something. Is it a fruit? Yes. The banana leaf them. Mighty God of Daniel. The banana leaf them. We used to do it. What them call them something them when we wrap up in a banana leaf? What they call it? Eh? Huh? Dukunu. Remember, so we used to wrap up dukunu in a banana leaf? Right? What the Chinese and the Japanese them do is that them have them farm with banana. And them use the leaf them and cut them and make them in a plates. Biodegradable plates to eat your food from. They just take one leaf and put their food pan and eat from it. Clean. Banana leaf cut up. You want to see the man cut up leaf them. Well proper. Them no waste nothing. Them no waste nothing at all. Blue jars. And that the one I'm gonna try remember. Blue jars. Thank you, Lorraine. Sassy, what's up? Blue jars. Thank you, Sassy. Janet, thank you. Happy birthday again, Janet. People will big up Janet to me, no, man. Janet is here now. Janet birthday today, now. Janet Murray. You know, she's a part of the BVR family. You know what I mean? The Bolo VNR family. Yes. Besides, I couldn't get some memberships. Because I want to see who that support me with my memberships them. But I really want to see. Oh, by the way, guys, I have a wish list. Me have a Amazon wish list. And on that Amazon wish list, what I would want you to do for me is to, if you are willing to support the platform, is to purchase something on the wish list. It's gonna be equipment for what I'm doing on this platform. It's not for my personal life, like say yo, me I ask if I buy a shoes or no. It's equipment for this work that I'm doing on here. You understand? Yeah, man, bless up Janet, man. Happy birthday, Janet. What you mean? That me a talk about. I love to see the love, you know. See? Yeah. So me have a wish list. And the easy thing about it is I would send you the address. My address that would take it straight to me in Jamaica. I have a shipping address. This is very common. And I want to say big shout out to the priest. That priest must have watch me right now. Cause he just sent me something a while ago. The robot them there in Texas. Big up that priest for his contribution. He reached out to me actually, you know, and asked me, and I said, yeah man, thank you man. You know, he reached out to me and said he wanted to buy this. You know, it was a stand for the phone and thing. I guess he was listening to me on my live. And I really have to say big shout out to that. You know, he listened and actually sought out help for me so I could get to fix the problem. That is so amazing. You know, that was not me. That was the person just really caring for the platform. And I want to say special shout out to when him come in the chat, the priest kid. You don't know the priest kid. Big up the priest kid. You see me? I'm more of a big up Claudia too, you know. More of a big up Claudia. Claudia, me and Claudia talk, and Claudia says she come down. I'm around look a joke with Claudia and say, Ray, and Claudia say, what you say, man? Yeah, man. And Claudia purchased out one of those equipment for me as well. Yes. Understand? So big up Claudia. Whole heap of love to Claudia. I'm a bonus Dior. Dior is also sponsoring one of those equipment. As me get the equipment, then I mark them off for list people. You understand? As me get the equipment them and them send through, and me get the receipt, and know so them buy, me mark them off. And me know so them a come. Obviously, we have to clear them, but that's nothing. You understand? Me have to pay for them to clear them when them come at the spot. But they come close to me. You understand? So whatever the cost is the cost. And me give thanks. You understand? So yeah, if you guys want to facilitate that, I'm more than welcome it and definitely appreciate it. If you know me I deal with, let me see. Dr. Dayton Campbell. Maybe I put in Facebook and put it. No, I'm not post nothing. Yo, you can't talk nothing about Mama P, you know. Mama P. The money and Mama P pride of genius. That the word is love. I am because of you most honorable. You understand? I love you endlessly. You, hey, don't ramp with Mama. Hey, Dr. Dayton Campbell, you're mad. You're not here. Big up, man, big up.
I see Heather Miller for Western Hanover talk up the things.
Yes.
I see Dayton.
Yes.
I see Dwayne Vaz in Central Westmoreland. I see Ian Ailes.
No, Dwayne Vaz has been doing that before he became MP. Ian Ailes has been doing that before he became MP. They are very active on social media. Very active. You see me?
I see the lady in the East, Rose Shaw. I see Isaac. I see Chris Brown. Some of these first time MP. I see the member for Northwest Clarendon, Richard Azana step out. Member for Northwest Clarendon.
Yeah man, Richard Azana. They man they are general. Yo, they man they are general now. Christopher Brown. No, Christopher Brown I've seen. But I need to follow him. But them are work people, trust me, them are work on the behalf. See that? See that? See that, Christopher brother? I don't know him talk about it.
Southeast St. Mary's a lot of water.
Water problem.
Today, I mean...
He's a serious advocate, man. This man not play. Him not play.
Richard Azana step out. As I said, I'm not bashing anybody, but I know North Clarendon. Remember North Clarendon out of Alien Town border where me come from, Southwest St. Anne. So me know how this is supposed to give problem by now leading into K Valley. And I don't want these first time MPs sit down on the mouth, speak out. Some of them don't like social media, don't get a representative to handle on the social media page. Like, you know, think we not go sit down there and make we not win the next election coming and make a sad mistake. Or if we work and short the dirty deeds of the Labour Party. And I say it with no apology. They look like somehow they don't only want to get in, and if I don't get in, when you feel say that is it to no reach. A lie, you know, I tell them not to go look for 4 years here. If they last so long. Romans, my house that have been fixed over 4 weeks now. You never get the memo? Eh? I don't know if you never get the memo. 4 weeks ago, my rooftop has been fixed from corner to corner and extra zinc left off this spear. Look how you make the moderator now for mute you. When you see people that show up the government, leave them alone, let them speak. When you come with no distraction, the rooftop fixed, thanks be to God. Hurricane a come and see there. Who could it be but him? You come with a distraction. Anyway, people, we're not paying them any mind. And the first set of people may see win election are miserable.
Miserable.
The comrades them happy with them 28
miserable.
MP. And still miserable.
Talk truth.
But anyway, them not say nothing yet. Wait till the hurricane.
Look on this.
The cloud.
Look on this.
And the destruction. We take place in the quarter. Where they
want
get the money from? Eh? And I want everybody to come ball out. Anyway, Andrew will get it from. They must go find it. Yeah.
No wonder the water, you see?
I tell you, Jamaica, the Labour Party have tried to set up the PNP, but God knows.
Yo, you see why important? Where you say the signal bad? Well, I guess apart of it, you know, mama, what happened there? I just a chat boy a while ago, you know. No wonder the numbers them a drop. So the hurricane already give signal problem. Right, till I go on here. Mummy, you know you want go on? Eh? Hey, mummy? Yeah? You know you want go on? I'm having signal problem. Yes. The people in for my life are telling me so me have signal problem. Come here, I wonder why the numbers them a drop so the people them a drop off, you know. Me having a signal problem. No man, it's not you. You know, say the next Wi-Fi, mommy. No, the one where they up on the roof there. No man. No man, them cloud cover ya. Yeah, them cloud cover ya. It are the problem. It are the problem. Yeah, we have flow, but this a phone that are connected to flow, and that's why the signal are drop. Yeah, that's a problem. Let me see. I've got to find the you put on service. Me have service all the while, mommy. People, God have mercy. Yeah. Sure. That type of problem, I know. I don't want any life right now. I want to fix this because I don't like this. Hold on, man, calm down now. Relax now. Let me use my big brain. Hey, Dior, thank you. Yeah, thanks, tell me.
God know the reason why you know make PNP win. You think you see nothing yet? You think you know? Remember the prophets come out and prophesied, you know. One prophet did come out. I don't remember if I marks short and say it's going to be destruction after destruction after destruction. And see there, not even 1 month passed yet, and we are facing a major destruction by Melissa. Only not see nothing yet, you know, because God must punish Andrew. God must punish Andrew Holness. So when they, where is the minister of Jamaica? Look, all we're going in a CARICOM, and he is the chairman for CARICOM, and we hear nothing from Andrew Holness. Eh? I hear you say Trinidad allowing the United States to take up base, military base. How is it that Trinidad get to make those decisions? Well, yes, I feel them country, them do what them want, but who gave them the go ahead for the United States to come? Eh?
Serious things are going.
Trinidad has always been a selfish country. I saw where somebody sent me a letter where back in the days, the former leaders, about 10 of them,
my side, me not get no radio. The place was overcast.
For the Caribbean to be a zone of peace. But when you look at those CARICOM leaders, you know, and those 10 countries, Trinidad was not one of them, you know. Trinidad was not one of those countries that agreed with Jamaica, Barbados. If you look at that letter, what Kamala did during this week to allow the United States to enter the region is nothing new. Trinidad has never. Natasha BSF press conference start. Which press conference? Me never hear about it, darling. So if you hear of it, you send the link to me. Tell me now follow up the Jamaica Labour Party. If see if them keep press conference. If the PAP did keep one press conference, now I would have fully have the link. No, not about the Jamaica Labour Party. Natasha. I don't know not about them and them press conference, then too big and worthless and careless. Can you imagine 24 hours to one hurricane reach and I know them I run up and down a clean drain. I run up and down like when fall I look for the egg. Can you imagine? But had it been that this lady, Juliet Holness,
Oh, we
have
good now?
allowed
Alright.
the member for Southeast St. Mary to ask his question. Equally Julian Robinson, Damian Crawford, and the
hey,
leader.
we just want to say big shout out. Pat says same way. That means there's something wrong with Pat. Here our she there now. People on Bolo VNR 2.0, me can clearly see so now hear me better now. You see me? Pat, here we do. Come off and go back and click the link and see how it stay, because the people them tell me say it good now. Yeah? Yeah.
The Margolin to put forward a question, the people of Jamaica would have known their state of readiness for this hurricane, but they shut down the MPs, and now look at the mess that they have created. Look at the mess that they have created. Posting the sea out of halfway tree. Posting the sea out of halfway tree, and this time not reach yet. Pay a dirty drain. And when they're not done, when I go see the dirty labor right there, I comment, Andrew Swaby are the mayor. What the KCMC they do? Yes. Andrew Swaby are the mayor. Yes, and them control the KCMC. They never tell us that them control ministry and local government. As someone who done some come on the internet can show up on yourself. Someone who don't understand how local government work, keeping them mouth closed. Desmond Mackenzie is the problem.
No, hold on there. People, side order. Somebody just sent me this a while ago. Sharon, big up yourself. Or send me this earlier. This, and them send it in the group. People, if you don't want to be a part of the conversation group, for me, or any group that I have, or, you know, if you want to be a part of my WhatsApp channel, let me know. Alright, let me know so I can drop the link in the chat. But no, me never know me just at here. Portland Eastern having light winds and periodic showers. Saw sunshine a few times. People no calling now and let me know what going on down the area. Yeah man, calling and let me know what going on down the area. If you're not there at Jamaica, let me know what going on down the area. I'm not calling. But hear this. I don't know how true this is, so this is alleged. Zine, look at that picture here. You see that picture there? This is ohmygodvoice.com. It says here, North Korea Kim Jong-un bans suicide in his country. Yes. Those who attempt and fail will be killed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, me have one question. Yo, this is how you know say mankind outside of their depth, you know. Like you have to be outside of your depth. So hold on. The person who wanna try to analyze themselves, when you analyze them, the help you help them. And that me want to do, you know? Wasn't that the purpose of the whole exercise? No. Listen to me. Mankind needs to understand them limitations. This is ridiculous. What? Me not think me feel say this fake, you know. People, I go give this man the benefit of the doubt. I've never spoken about North Korea, but I am gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. This cannot be real. This cannot be real. It cannot be real. It can't be real. Godson, it can't real, bro. This can't real, brother. It can't real. The person are trying to analyze themselves. And you are going to decree as law that if they try to analyze themselves, you are going to analyze them. Well, damn. Make them analyze themselves then, no? Well, now, what does he not want? He doesn't want the unaliving statistic to go up. Is it that is the optics of it? And this is all alleged, you know. I am operating under the assumption that it is true, which I don't know if it is true, if the report is accurate. I am saying, I'm trying to figure out the thought process behind this decision. How on God's green earth do you unalive somebody that was trying to commit unaliving on themselves? What is going on in the world, bro? This is a leader of a country, and a country that is a dictatorship country too. Oh my days. Oh my days. I am never going to North Korea. Ever. This don't make no sense. I don't have any desire to go to none of those countries. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Hell no. If this is how the leader is thinking, if this is true, hey, give me a break. Listen to me. It goes on to say that the unalivings that people are unaliving themselves has been going up 40% since last year. So if it did be 100, if 1,000 people did unalive themselves last year, this year are 1,400. Blows a skirt. What can go almost 50% more than the year before? Now I have to ask the question. You see, this is the same way I'm dealing with Andrew Holness. What is the causation? What is the environment like that is causing these people to think that the only way out is for me to off myself? What is going on in North Korea, bro? What is really going on in North Korea? If this is actually true enough, if it is true, I'm not confirming that it is. I'm saying if it is true, what is causing them to actually do that to themselves? I don't know. And then the reaction from the government is not therapy. It's to unalive them. The action from the government is not locking them up and putting them in a straight jacket. If they do that, they say, at least want to try to protect the citizens then. And then give them some therapy, give them some hope. What? Man, I never heard this level of nonsense. Like, this is a new law. There's no way that this article is real. This has to be a fake. They are lying on the Korean. They are lying on this man, bro. This is not true. I refuse to believe that this is true, bro. Somebody have got to send me the article and the link. I'm have got to verify whether or not that is a verifiable, credible news article network. I do not. Somebody has sent me them. Really. Oh Lord have mercy. Somebody has sent me a link. Oh my God. No. 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 Me box cover. No, what the hell is going? What? But that's why I saw them thing. I said cancel anything. Yo, brother, listen to me. Renew. What is renew every 4 weeks? $12. But I'm not going through all of this. No, I'm not going through all of that. I am not going through all of that. I'm not doing this. But this website seems to be official. BusinessInsider.com. Yo! People! Yo, no! We still don't want to believe. Oh my days, mommy. Listen to me. You know, say, the more me really look into what going on around the world, and the more me realize how much me actually have to give thanks for. I would never want to live in these countries where this is happening. I can't. Like, what? What?
Problem. Desmond is the reason why Jamaica is being flooded. Eh? The hurricane reach it and the country are flood left, right and center. Why? Because no drain cleaning no take place. And they want to sabotage areas like all Western St. Andrew. What remember name over there, so? Hilton. Yeah, Sandy Gully and them place. Look on the dirty drain. Look on the this is honestly which part the green bush them. The whole of this is the drain, you know. But because the water only run to the right hand side, at the whole area, the water is supposed to run freely. But it cannot run free because the Jamaica Labour Party has not done any drain cleaning for the past year. Look the condition of the sandy gully. See them in front of you. And when them done, you are going to say, oh, what Hilton do with the money? What Hilton this? Ask yourself if Desmond McKenzie give the local government and the corporation any funding. I'm sure St. Elizabeth don't really have that problem. I'm sure Trelawney don't have that problem. Majority of St. James not having these drain problem. You know why? Because the Jamaica Labour Party ensure that their municipal corporation get the funding. But when it comes on to the People's National Party corporations, they are being sabotaged with funding.
Mighty God.
That is what is going on right across the country. Desmond McKenzie withholding the funds for the PNP municipal corporations. When you think say half a tree a flood out and I go blame Mayor Swaby, you can't blame Mayor Swaby. You have to blame Desmond McKenzie. He is the Minister of Local Government and him to share up the money. So that's the councillors, them can get their money to do whatever they can do in them various division. How name Trudy? How name sir? Trudy them a call your dog bed. Why? Trudy said we sound like me a curse God to send rain. What a stupid response.
Hey, them people are slow.
How if he curse God if he send him rain? You see you know Trudy? You remind me now of the Bible story about the foolish virgin. I saw them name? 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. You Trudy, you are one of the foolish virgin, you know. Because you hear say the bridegroom are come. When people talking a parable, you must open up on your brain and understand, you know. This storm that is coming, you could use the story of the wise and the foolish virgins them as a parable, you know. They were setting up themselves to welcome the bridegroom. Who walk with lamp, some walk with lamp, so that they could wait and wait. Who have them lamp, then trim them lamp and turn it down so that the oil could last and serve. Some of them walk with lamp and no oil no night. Some of them walk with flashlight and no battery no night. I do that now, not truly. Hurricane Melissa represents the bridegroom. We have to prepare ourselves and set ourselves for Hurricane Melissa, like how them did set and prepare themselves for the bridegroom. I don't want to get biblical, you know, because I like truly now I'm going to make me embarrass her upon the internet.
Why may I tell a Dre Brian? Sometimes I say go here, man. People, I'm gonna leave it right there. So me have a video where I go premiere right now. Literally. On Bolo VNR 2.0. Yeah man, see that? Right now, see that? Right now. Right now. Sooner or later, here. I'm going to put it on Bolo VNR clips too. So check it out right now.